Hallmarks of Labour Foundation has rewarded 9 personalities and 1 institution for the outstanding performances and endeavours in various fields. The foundation, which is a non-profit organisation, is celebrating its 22nd years of community and nation development, as well as recognising deserving individuals who have demonstrated excellence in their fields.
It's been 22 years of changing lives and recognising excellence, a celebration that brings together members and well-wishers of the Hallmarks of Labour Foundation.
It's not very often that you have an association of such distinguished people to come together to form this group, this association, and also to sustain it, because we are very good at starting many things, but sustainability is always a challenge.
The award ceremony begins with the presentation of the Young Achievers Award to Christ the King College, Odulewu, as the best performing school in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination 2017. Awardees are presented with the Hallmarks of Labour Role Model Awards and Lifetime Achievement Awards for their excellence in service.
We made up our minds that we would do two things, two principal things: showcase people who are doing well, but also help to build up the young people in schools, in youth organizations, so that they can get a good direction to what they do in life.
The awardees believe that hard work is the primary recipe for success.
You must be determined to succeed. I am driven by passion to always do the right thing. And even from my young age, when I was at Queen's, I was a school prefect. I was a Unilever scholar. I have always believed in doing things, and there are a lot of opportunities.
I discovered myself in secondary school. If you go to a good secondary school, it will give you some insight into who you are and what your talents are. And once you've discovered what your talents are, then just pursue them.
For these recipients, it's a much-deserved reward for their labour. Tosi, additional, Channels Television News.
You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television now. It's time for Business News with Kayode Okikiolu.
Thank you, Gimba, and you're welcome to Business News. The federal government has approved the sum of 22 billion naira for the payment of retirement benefits to former workers of liquidated Nigerian Airways Limited. Now, this amount, which was approved by President Muhammadu Buhari, is about 50% of the 45 billion naira entitlement of the former workers of the company. Speaking at a meeting with the former workers in Abuja, the Minister of Finance, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, explains that apart from the 20 billion naira released, another 22 billion naira has been approved for the education sector. The Nigeria Export Promotion Council, in collaboration with other agencies of government, is reviewing guidelines for export as well as import regulations in target markets. The Director General, Mr. Segun Awolowo, at a meeting with the Nigeria Chamber of Commerce, Mines and Agriculture, explains that the review was born out of the need to improve trade relationship with key export destinations.
The NEPC and the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment are articulating and implementing very specific strategies to improve market access for Nigerian goods in key markets. This process is answering the question, what does Nigeria really want from each specific trade relationship? The other challenge on import regulations relates to insufficient understanding of many Nigerian exports on regulatory requirements into key markets. To address this, the NEPC is codifying into an easy-to-use format many of the standard regulations applicable in target countries and markets. We have created what we call the TIE Alliance to drive this goal. TIE, T-I-E, is Trade Investment Exports, and the drivers are the NOTN, that's the Nigerian Office for Trade Negotiations, NIPC, Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, and the NEPC.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has revised the Nigerian check standard and the Nigerian check printers accreditation scheme and set February the 1st, 2019 as the implementation date. The CBN, in a statement signed by the Director of Banking and Payments, Mr. Dikpo Fatokun, says the old standard, which will be phased out, will run concurrently with the new one for 1 year and a half. He explains that from August the 1st, 2020, only checks that conform to the new standard will be allowed in the automated check clearing system. The NCS and NICPAS were introduced in 2006 by the Central Bank of Nigeria to increase efficiency and safety in the Nigerian check clearing system. Let's head over to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where Nigeria's stock market loses 32 billion naira at the close of today's session as the final trading week of September commences with profit taking. Tosni Additional has a summary of today's activities.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. In spite of a mixed performance on the equities price chart, the Nigeria stock market opened the last trading week of September in the red, down by 0.27% on Monday. The day session was also characterized by mixed performance from the 5 key sectors of the market. Although the banking and insurance sector was positive, leaving the equities capitalization at 11.84 trillion naira. 13 gainers were led by Niger Insurance, Lasaco and Unilever PLC, while Okumu Oil Livestock and Unity Bank topped a list of 23 losers. The shares of Transcorp, GT Bank and UBA are the major contributors to a total turnover of 190.56 million units in 2,942 transactions. That's the Stock Market Report. I'm Tosin Additional.
Thank you, Tosni. On the global scene, it's broadly mixed performance for some of the world's leading stock markets, with investors mainly focused on the continuing trade disputes between the United States and China. Here are some of the closing figures for Monday. And that's business news for tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Kayode Okikiolu. The news at 10 continues with Kimba.